Logging into NWEA and the class breakdown report. You can also access NWEA by coming up to the favorites in the right-hand corner, the star, then clicking on the RCSD teacher tools, and you see NWEA teacher logon. This is the best way and the only way to go directly to the site from home. Definitely go through the favorites bar. To log on to the NWEA site, use your district email address for the username and then the password that you set after your first login. If you don't know what your password is, there is a forgot username and password link right below, and that's the best way to get your password. If you need an NWEA account, Steve Kingdom is the contact, and you can email him. Following will be an explanation of RIT ranges and the class breakdown report.
I'm a middle school math teacher, and our school district has used MAP assessments for the past 2 years. Now I rely on MAP reports throughout the school year. Here's an important reminder. MAP reports are based on the RIT measurement scale. I like to think of it as a way to measure growth. Take my students, for example. Generally, they have RIT scores ranging from 180 to 240. What's important is how they advance along this scale over the school year, and I use the MAP reports to understand and measure that growth. A good place to start is the Class Breakdown by Goal report. Here's what it looks like online before I print. At a glance, I can see how my students differentiate for each area or goal in the overall subject of math. For example, with the number sense goal, I see this student falls in a lower RIT range and might need extra support with this goal. On the upper end of the RIT ranges, these students are performing at a higher level, and so would require a higher level of instruction. Taking a closer look, I can get even more insight into how I should differentiate instruction. Notice the number in parentheses. That number is the student's overall math RIT score. From that, I can see a student's relative strength. For example, this student is performing in a RIT range that is higher than his overall score. So this goal is a relative area of strength. For these other students, stop and think. Is their performance relatively strong or not? Actually, their performance is a potential concern for this goal because their overall RIT is higher than the RIT range where they are performing.
Looking at the class breakdown report, you can see which students, by looking at the goal and the RIT range, will receive that RIT range learning path in Compass Learning. This is what it looks like for a student within Compass. You will see that they have a learning path for each of the goals or domains. After clicking on one of the learning paths, it will open up into the learning activities for that RIT range.